It was fun. Yeah, that was my second time going to the Hall of Fame, but it was pretty cool to see. It was really cool just to be there with our players. You know, to see those guys take it all in and you know, see all the trophies and see all the All-Americans from Georgia Tech. It was just a cool experience to be there with the guys. I mean, anytime we can do some team bonding and see the guys kind of who do they like to be around, and see the guys are kind of floating through the team. You know, that's always good for a coach to see. You know, how the team meshes together.
I imagine this is slightly less an anxious time for you compared to last year when you had all those young kids forced into a situation where you knew you were going to have to play. You have a lot of guys now who've at least been with you through camps and played some games and that kind of thing.
Well, it's like Coach Johnson says, it's a new season, it's a new team, even though we have some of the same guys here this year. Guys have done a great job in the off season of taking care of their bodies and changing their bodies and getting stronger and getting into the playbooks, and you know, anxious a little bit, but I'm really just trying to preach, you know, to do what I'm preaching to these guys, and that's just taking it one day at a time and trusting the process and building every day. And but so far I've been pleased with the effort level that they've been showing, and you just got to get the concentration level up every day also.
How different is it having the coordination responsibilities with special teams?
Much different. It's you know, I think I went to the Falcons practice, and you know, I heard Keith Armstrong talking, and it's kind of different, but it's similar, and this definitely resonated with me. He said, you know, he's on a different staff, but he has the same job, so he has a totally different job, even though he didn't have to move. That's kind of how I feel right now. It's a totally different job than it has been for the past 5 years for me, but it's fun. You know, it's really fun. I'm so fortunate, blessed that Coach Johnson thought enough to let me be the special teams coordinator this year, and I don't want to let him down. I'm not going to let him down.
I imagine you spent a lot of your off season probably researching, talking to people, networking, that kind of thing. I imagine probably the heaviest film watching you probably had to do in a while too.
Yeah. What off season? You know, God bless my wife. You know, we did this summer. We didn't go to any vacations really. We did a lot of staycation. You know, where she's going to work and I'm sitting at the house breaking down film. But it's great. You know, wouldn't trade it at all.
A lot of the A-backs have talked about they're trying to have a different attitude this year.
Yeah.
Bring that attitude to the field.
Yeah.
Do you see that, or is that just talk by the players?
Well, I think if they said it, they definitely mean it. You know, and I think they know. For me as their coach, they're going to have to do it for more than 1 day or 2 days in a row, and I want to see them do it the entire camp. But so far, they are playing with a chip on their shoulder. I think either Mikhail or Will said it. This entire offense, you know, guys are pissed off, and that's a great way to be. I know Coach Johnson's pissed off, and so are we. We can't change anything about last year, but we can go leave our mark on this year.
What kind of was your education and process like in taking this new special teams job on?
Well, I don't want to say too much, Ken, because I
don't, you don't want to give away your secrets.
Yeah. I think we want to kind of keep it close to the vest of who we talked to and what we talked about until we play for a couple weeks. I don't want to give anybody a head start on breaking us down. We want to use that to our advantage. But we did a very extensive research. All the unit coaches, I think the guys did a great job of, you know, really taking it seriously from the spring and the summer, and we all know that, you know, the special team units can impact the game for us positively, and nobody wants to let Coach Johnson down. I think all the guys, you know, feel the same way, that we know if he trusted us with this portion of the game, that we got to take it seriously, and it's been fun so far coaching these guys. I mean, coaching these players. These guys are into it. They're mentally into it. They want to compete every day. So it's been a lot of fun so far in camp.
It seems like all the coaches, from what I saw when I was out there, were more engaged in terms of the special teams having their individual units to work on. Do you feel like that's kind of amping it up for the rest of the guys and the players to make them, I imagine it's a little easier to get them involved when they have, you know, different guys working with them in each unit?
Yeah, for sure, Kelly. I think that the guys, the coaches, are bringing their energy to the players, and Coach Johnson has been imparting on our players we want this thing to be player driven this year, and that's the great multiplier. I mean, the coaches are gonna do their deal and coach and teach, and if we can get these players to not waste a day and to focus in and to do it with some effort and some zeal and some competition every day, then we'll just keep stacking up those great days, and hopefully that's enough for us to take care of business come September 3rd.
With the return game, you lose a big guy that was part of the return game in Jamal Golden, but I imagine you have some pretty good options with some good athletes to take a look at, and that'll be interesting when you make your choice.
Yes, Coach Johnson challenged the entire team to, get on some special teams, and those guys have responded. So, I think we have some guys that we probably haven't seen on special teams in a couple of years that are interested in doing it, and we'll still see. We're still early in camp. We'll see how the depth chart shake out, but I've been pleased with what we've seen so far. I think we're just continuing the process, trying to build every day, and I think it'll start to sort itself out in the next week or two.
Did you approach Coach Johnson about the job, or did he approach you about becoming special teams coordinator?
Doug, do you know Coach Johnson? No, well, he approached me.
Okay.
And Coach Johnson, he's been awesome to me and my family. I've been fortunate. I've known him since I was 16, and I'm 32 now, and I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. So I'm just thankful. But with that comes great responsibility. I got to do a great job for him. But he approached me, and we'll see how it goes.
Do you feel the chemistry being better this year than last year on the team as a coach watching it?
I think so, but I'm not with them as much as they're with each other, and I think the players, they always know before us because they know who's slacking off, and they really know who's doing what when the coaches aren't watching. So that's probably a better question for those guys. But so far, it seems like the guys are enjoying being around each other in camp, and that's always great.
You go to camp with Bucker as your primary kicker. Is it nice to have one slot filled, and you don't have to worry about this? We know you got to fill returns.
Right. Yeah.
To have such a solid piece.
Yes, John. John, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So having both Harrison and Ryan, here as seniors, I'm very fortunate for this to be my first year as a coordinator, and to have those two guys, those two guys here as seniors, and they've been through it all. So to have Harrison, that's I'm really fortunate for that, to say the least.
You've been working on Ryan's running game?
No comment. I'm gonna keep that one in my pocket.
Appreciate it, Coach.